evening, everyone. A very hearty welcome to Swami Ishatmananda ji after a long time. And he has had a long drive today, but he's here. We are very happy for that. So Maharaj will talk today and tomorrow on the topic of a call to the conscience. And while you are in the ashrama, as far as possible, please keep a mask on. Except, of course, we cannot do while eating. But yeah. So we'll start.
So thank you for inviting me, and let us begin with that wonderful Vedic mantra. Sarvastaratu durgani sarvu bhadrani pashyatu sarvasad buddhimapnotu sarva sarvatra nandatu. Hari Om. This is a wonderful way to pray to the Almighty that let everyone be happy. Sarvastaratu durgani. Let everyone be free from all misery, all suffering. So that prayer, with that prayer, so we can say the stoic characteristic of the humanity, that stoicism, that we are always, whenever we are facing some difficulties, humanity facing the difficulties, a great strength is upsurging and we can overcome that. That this great pandemic, 19, it has been proved that in 2022, once again we are coming out and once again we are in person meeting each other, and slowly everything is opening up. The devastation, of course, we can notice. So when we were driving from Chicago to this Pittsburgh, we saw that many of the shops are closed on the way, the business, out of business. Yeah. Particularly the great restaurants and all that, because there was no one. The last 2 years, there was no one. Everybody was in home. So what they will do? So many people, they have lost their jobs. And so many, economically, the great loss, that is of course there. And we have lost so many of our own people in this pandemic. And in the beginning, it was so terrible. So whenever someone is affected, because we were not knowing what is it, so fear was there. So they used to be covered in the plastic and thrown somewhere. No one knew. At the time of their death, their own people could not be there. But still, we never lost the hope. Hundreds and thousands of scientists, they were engaged, busy 24 hours. A huge number of medical staff, doctors and paramedical staff, they were working day and night. All these things were going on constantly. And now, afterwards, very quickly, they came out with a solution, and slowly, we are in a condition that we can meet each other. Now, in this pandemic, this is a pandemic. It's all over the world, everywhere we suffered, humanity suffered. So what we have learned? We have learned that as a human being, we are all one. Maybe we are speaking different languages, maybe our cultures are different, maybe we are living in different parts of the world, but still as a human being, we are one. If anywhere, anything happens, we are going to be affected. Again, somewhere, someone coming out with a solution that is also reaching out to everyone's hand, everywhere. And from here, we can start the call of conscience. What shall we do? Shall we live separately? Shall we boast that we are this, we are that, and we will be constantly developing all our arms and ammunitions to kill each other? Yes, we could not stop that. Even after the pandemic, we see the war has broken up. And for a small piece of land, whatever it may be, I do not know. There may be some reason, but again, when the disease were killing us, we were united. When disease stopped killing us, then the human came out to kill another human. So this is going on. Where is the end to all this? So we have to listen to our conscience. That is the only way we can stop it. So in the conscious, this is always there within us. Every individual human being, they can feel whenever they like to do something, immediately they feel from their within, something is telling them this is not good. You should not do this. You should do this. And what is that? In the Indian terminology, they will say, Daiva Ashura Sangram, that is continuously going on. And this Daiva and Ashura, both are Prakriti. They're made by God, the power of God. That is, they are always present. So when we appreciate the people who are working for the all, the scientists who were trying to develop the medicine, they never thought that we are going to save only our people. They never thought in that way. Oh, we will save only our religious people, our religious group, only our people. No, they never thought like that. That we are going to help humanity. Of course, you can say that, oh, that is a commerce. They'll be selling the thing. The scientists, they are just working somewhere. A group of people, they will purchase their knowledge, their success, and they will market it, sell it, earn money, maybe. And that is true. But at the same time, the person who was concentrating day and night, finding out the result, he was not thinking in that way. He was only thinking how to be successful in that. So there are always two types of people are there. The Daiva and Ashura. There's always there. And both of them are giving the call. Ashura are also giving the call and Deva also giving the call. Whose call are we going to answer? And we are going to listen to them. So this is also very important. So that depends on the character. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, do not forget about your humanhood, manushyatva, manhush, mana and husha. Husha means aware. And what about that? You are a human being. So this is very, very important. When there is no conscience in a human being, he is not a human being at all. In the human form is something else. In some of the places, the Bhatrugari, he said, I do not know these people. I know that some bad people are there, good people are there, in between people are there, in mix of good and bad. I can say this is this, this is that. Sattva guna, Raja guna, Tama guna, these I can understand. But some people, they are, though having the human form, human body, but they think completely different way. Who are they? I can't call them. What would be their name? They are not human. Why? They have lost their manushyatva. So the hunsha means the awareness. I am a human. I should not do this. So what I should not do? Create problem for others. That's the only thing. Manhush, a human, is not an ordinary. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is explaining again. And he said, Manush ki kaumga. The human being is not ordinary. Why? Because they can think of God. They can become God. They can place the God within their heart. Do you think they're ordinary? So this is the point we must remember. We can the God who is all pervading, God who is the creator, God who is the all power. But we can make that God sitting inside our heart. That is the uniqueness of the human being. How it is possible if we listen to our conscience? This conscience is always there. When we were children, we heard that jatra, this is type of, the villages, there will be open air, the theater. Then whenever the king is planning to kill someone or doing something, the king is on the dais, he's pacing up and down, he's planning, and he's soliloquizing. Then suddenly one person will come, clad in gerua. He's not a sannyasi, but how to make that he's a holy person. So gerua is a symbol of the holiness. So he will come with that and he will sing. That was the specialty of the jatra. He will say, "Oh king, you should not do this. This is dangerous. And you will be in trouble. You're incurring sin, etc., etc." He will go on telling like that. And the beautiful way they used to present, when we were children, we couldn't understand. But afterwards, I really appreciated the way they used to present the whole thing. The call of conscience. It is not the outside someone. It is the another part of the king who is thinking that I should do this, I should kill my father to grab the power, I should kill all my brothers to grab the power. The same king, another part of the mind of the king, is coming out cladding the gerua and gerua is the symbol of giving up, tyaga, sannyasa. Samyak nyasa is sannyasa. Nyasa means giving up. Asamyak means completely. The samyak nyasa is sannyasa. So that they're representing. That is called conscience. That conscience, all the time, it is there. But forcefully we kill that. We never like to listen to that. Why? In the Bhagavad Gita, we'll find that there are 3 types of joy. And the first joy, in the beginning, it is bitter. In the middle, it is okay. But after that, at the end, it is so good. And that is the reason. In the beginning, it is bitter. In the beginning, it is always problematic. That is the reason we have to be careful. Otherwise, we won't be able to make the progress. And this is called the call of the conscience. If we listen to the call of the conscience, then we can become God. And if we don't, then we suffer. Swami Vivekananda gave the call of the conscience. He said, Esho Manusha. He said, come, become a human. To whom he called? Not the animals. He was addressing the human being only. He was delivering lecture before the human being. And he said, come, become human. Why? He wanted to awaken our conscience. The conscience which always talks about the right thing. So this is what we should understand, the call of a conscience. What is our responsibility? That is the first thing. As a son, as a daughter, we have the responsibility. Then in the society, slowly, our responsibility changes. As a wife, as a husband, as a teacher, and as an administrator, as this, as that, the different works. So as a professor, as a doctor, as an engineer, everywhere, we have a responsibility for the human society. Because we are living in the human society. Because so many people all around us, all over the world, they are helping us to survive. We do not know who are the people. They came out with the solution, with the medicine. We just got the message that if you go to nearby shop, and you will get the shot. You just went over there, we took it. But we never could know the person or the people who worked so hard. We couldn't thank him. We couldn't remember them. So we should thank them. We should pray for them. And if we are senior, we should bless them. But no, there is no chances. And in oblivion, from the background, they are all working like that. Each and every one is working. Just because a policeman standing over there, the people are cautious. Otherwise, there'll be no law. We should be thankful. Just because some of the other things, like the businessmen, they are bringing different things from all over the world. Their people are working. We say, oh, fish, this is commerce. This is naturally, you are paying for that. We are paying. But suppose nothing is there in the shop, then what will happen? This is the contribution of the businessmen. They go, they bring, they arrange things in such a way so that we can just go and take a card and fill up the card and pay and come and fill up our all the refrigerator. And we're happy. But we never think that we should thank those people because they have taken the responsibility. And if you look at that level, maybe it is coming from Philippines, maybe from Bangladesh, maybe from somewhere, some people, they also never knew where it is going to go. But all are coming to the market that these businessmen are doing. But have you ever think that we should pray for them? We should bless them? No, we paid, that's all. But the conscience will say, no, we should also thank them. So, sarvas taratu durgani. That is the reason the rishis, they said, let everyone be free from the misery. Why? If they are free from the misery, I am also free. Only if I think that I am going to be free, I am going to be happy, it is impossible. As Swami Vivekananda gave that statement, he said, a tiny little atom is dragging the whole world behind it. A little atom, it's dragging. So again and again, we are coming to that unity. As a human, we are united. And then animals, they're all around us, created by the same God, same Prakriti. And because of them also, their presence also, we are surviving in many, many ways. The birds are helping us, the animals are helping us. In the indirect way, direct way, they are helping us. Shall you not be grateful? So that is called Esho Manusha. Come, become a human being. What? Be grateful. The one leg of the human being is that. On two legs we are standing. The one leg is that gratefulness. That we are grateful to each and every one of us. The sun is rising. Because of the sun, everybody is surviving. Because of the moon, we are. If the sun was there constantly 24 hours, it would have been a problem for us. In some countries it is there. Some places it is there. But suppose this terrible sun all the time, 24 hours, it is only the noon time. It would have been really difficult. So moon, again, also helping us, giving us the respite. And we go to bed, we sleep, and we are so happy. The darkness is also. So as the light is helping us, the darkness is also helping us. And the same way, each and every one helping us. So we should be grateful. Our ancestors, they're helping, they helped us and going on helping us all around. Because of that, we are our teachers, neighbors, society. So gratefulness is the first thing that we should, that conscience, they are going on telling, and that is called the first step of the human being on which we are standing. And second is the Shraddha. Shraddha, that is, we are having the respect for the seniors. When a tiny little boy goes to the school and the master is teaching him, that slowly he is learning so many things. So that is why they say that in the beginning, there is no difference between a human child and an animal. The same. They don't know any differences. They're crawling on the floor, touching this thing, that putting in the mouth. Then everybody is teaching them, you should not do that. You are a human, you should do this, you should do this. And slowly the Shraddha comes. And then comes the respect for the others, at the same time, self-confidence. Without the self-confidence, one cannot cannot do anything. So Shraddha has two types. One is Shastrashu, Guru Vakeshu, Shatta Buddhi Avadarana, as Shankaracharya said. Shastreshu, Guru Vakeshu. What is the Guru? Guru means those who are not only by age, but also by knowledge. They are really experienced. They are helping us. They are called Guru. So the parents and the teachers and all the seniors in the society, each and every one. So we are learning, and they are helping us constantly. And what is Shastra? Apta Vakya. Apta means to have realized. What they have realized? The truth that they have recorded, preserved, handed them down to us. And we are learning. And slowly practicing that, we are getting real good effect. So two words became very popular in the pandemic. It is online. Everyone started telling online. Even a child of class 1, class 2 grade, they're also online giving the classes. I don't know how. But anyway, that they are also online. And all the staff in different offices, they are so happy in online. Why? Because they can go anywhere carrying a computer and sitting over there, they're working. So online. Now another word that has been coined and very much utilized, and that is hybrid. Exactly now we are doing today. Some people in person and some people online, they're listening. This is called hybrid. So technology is developing. Now all people, they know how to go to Google and then reach to this, and then they open that in the smartphone, and all those things are happening. Previously, I used to give the classes. I'm not a very good speaker, so followers are hardly, say, 50, 60. They used to come, they used to listen. Now, when I give the talk, that very moment, 200 people are listening all over the world. Whoever are there, they're listening to that. Then slowly, next 2-3 days, if 2,000 people listen to that talk. It's not that I am getting popular, but they're getting the benefit of the talk. Why? Because last 45 years, 46 years, we are just doing this. Just studying and practicing, then analyzing, then trying to present before the people. That much. What is our contribution? The society is giving us so much. We are getting food, we are getting clothing, we are getting the place to live, we are getting everything. And that too very, very costly thing. So one father was telling his son, so what do you like to be? He said, engineer. Look at me, I'm an engineer. But I don't get anything. Look at the Swamiji, he gets everything, become a Swami. Oh, that's also okay. I told nothing wrong. But if you become a Swami to get everything, that will be a problem again. Anyway, the goal is to be happy. And how to be happy? Happiness is the ultimate of all our life. Whatever we do, for happiness only. But we don't know that. All the friends that we are visiting, all the places that we are going, every place. If we are not happy, why should we go there? The happiness is the ultimate goal. Why happiness? Because our Creator is the source of happiness. And these, that after the realized one, he realized that and he noted down. And he said, Anandeva kalu imani bhutani jayante. Kalu means I'm sure about it. No doubt about it. Kalu. Anandeva, only from the joy, from the bliss and eternal. All these things are coming down. Anandeva kalu imani bhutani jayante. Bhuta means the beings, the living beings. So obviously the goal is the joy, ananda. So this joy, this ananda, we are trying to get in different way. And sometimes by choking the voice of our conscience. That is creating problem. So Daiva and Ashura, two different types of attitude is coming. Thoughts are coming. Daiva and Ashura, these two words are from the Bhagavad Gita. They used in this way, good and bad. In the 16th chapter, it says that Daiva and Ashura, they have listed in this way. Abhayam Sattva Samsuddhi Jnana Yoga Bhavastitihi Dhanam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyaya Stapa Arjavam. They're listing in this way, 26, all this thing. Ahimsa, Satya Samsuddhi, and Shanti, Apushram, etc. Tomorrow again we will discuss in details. I'm just mentioning today. So these are the things we have to cultivate. And that is our conscience. In a single word, when you say the conscience is this. We have to be like that. First is abhayam. And this abhayam means fearlessness. And what is this fearlessness? Knowing the truth that I am not going to die, I become fearless. Not that I have to go and commit suicide. The fearlessness means we are constantly suffering because of fear of losing. Why I suffer? Oh, I am not having that thing. After having, I suffer. Why? Because I may lose it again. So that is going on constantly. Every day, if we experience the same thing is going on. So constantly in the family life, if we look, they are husband and wife, and then again some human things are happening. Know why you are attracted to that, you look to that and talk to that, and then all bitterness. Then let us go and get a separation. Then we all went for the marriage for the happiness. Then same marriage turned to the bitterness. Why? Misunderstanding and different type of things. That is human life. All these are going on happening. But we don't stop and think, why? What is this? As because we are not keeping our promises, this is happening. It is there in the nature. The nature will always pull you. The nature will always pull you into this, like this. But at the same time, you have to be very strong that I'm not going to listen to that. Now, my conscience says that since I have given the word to my wife or to my husband, I am going to be committed to that. So the keeping the word is the religion. So what is dharma? Dharma means keeping the promises. Again and again, we have to remember that religion doesn't mean some of the activities, some of the things that we do going to the holy places. Religion means keeping the promises. And if I am not keeping the promises, then I'm not only becoming unhappy, I'm making other people also unhappy. So this thing, if we understand, that is called a conscience. So I am a human being. I have some responsibility, and that responsibility I must have to perform. And I should feel for others also. So when I am becoming insensible about others, oh, they're working so hard, let them work because they're poor people, they should work. Why? Can I do that? Suppose I was in that condition, can I do that? For what I am doing it? To earn little money? I am not paying them the little extra because by doing that, I am saving some money. What I am going to do with that money? Call a conscience. So that is why you will wonder in the original Ramayana, when the Sri Ramachandra, he was talking with his brother Bharata. Bharata was all emotion. He went all the way to meet the Rama in the jungle. And after, when the brother went over there, both the brothers, they sat, Bharata was crying and praying to Rama, please come back. He said, listen to me. If I go back, then the people will say that our father, Dasharatha, didn't keep the promise. And then they will say, since the great king Dasharatha broke his promise, we can also do that. Raghukula Riti, Sadha Chariyai, Pranayau, Guru Bhajan Najai. That is Dharma. So don't bother about that. Either me or you, it doesn't matter. Someone will be there to look after the administration, that's all. It is okay. Through you, our Father will work. Through me, our Father will work. It's okay. But since it was that, I am supposed to be here in the jungle for 14 years. Let me continue that. Then the society will learn, if you promise, you have to keep the promise. And that is the Dharma. But you know what the Rama was inquiring from his brother? He was inquiring as the elder brother, as a king, as an administrator. He was inquiring from his junior brother, younger brother. Now he has become a king. Are you paying attention to the people who are working with you? Are you paying sufficiently for those people who are doing menial job for you? Are they all happy? As an administrator, that is the first thing. And the Bharata also, we don't know about this. In the Ramayana, it is not in Tulsidas. It is in the original Valmiki Ramayana. And it says that when Bharata came back from his maternal uncle's house, then the Kaushalya, the Ramu's mother, she was naturally angry. And in a sarcastic way, she said, oh, Bharata, you have come back. It's so good. I congratulate you. You have become a king. And then, so you can, now the Rama is also not there. So there is no competitor. And another Lakshmana is also not there. So you are free. And only one thing you please do. Now your father has passed away. Please allow me to go to jungle and arrange that I can go to jungle and live with the Rama, my son. And that was terrible punishment for the Bharata, who used to love the Kaushalya. And he fell down on the ground and started crying and saying, Mother, I've always thought that you are my mother, not the Kaikeyi. And after coming over here, I never saw her. I never knew anything about this plot. I never wanted to become king. I knew the Rama will become the king. We'll always be there under him. Now, if you think that I'm not telling the truth, now here, he said, if you think that I'm not telling the truth, then the sin that the people incur by not paying proper money to the laborers, that let it come to me. That means when you are working with someone and not paying the complete salary or the whatever the money that they are supposed to get, you are incurring sin. So the Bharata mentioning that, if I am telling you the lies, O mother, Kaushalya, let that sin that people incur by not paying the salary to the people from whom they got the work done, let the sin come. That is a sin, and that is called call of conscience. So when we are giving the money to a person who has worked, we must give that. So as because of the situation, someone is working under me, maybe cleaning and doing this and doing that, and I am thinking I am so big that I'm paying, but paying against his work, hard work. Call of conscience. So this is, friends, this is very, very important in the spiritual life. And if we don't do, then what will happen? We will find over here in the Bhagavad Gita itself, from the fourth, they will say, Dambha, Darpa, Avimanascha, Krodha, Parushyaevacha. Parushya means karkash vyavahara. That is Parushya. The way the people they talk, it is so painful for others. That is the character is different types. So that is, we will discuss that tomorrow again. So these are the things we should be careful about. And in the Bhagavad Gita, only in 3 verses, the Lord gave us the Daiva Sampada, is all the divine qualities, the 26 good qualities. But then the whole chapter is going on telling about the Asura Guna. What are the Asura Guna bad guna? Because that exactly what we do. In the 3 days, he said these are that much. Then what is spiritual life? To imbibe these qualities. Whether I'm a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or whatever, it doesn't matter at all. If we imbibe these qualities, we become divine. The call of the divine is called call of the conscience. If we are not listening to the call of the conscience, then what will happen? Slowly, slowly, the same Prakriti is there, same nature is there. It will drag us down. And what will happen again? We will go on taking different forms, different births in different places and go on suffering, 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 and suffering. Constantly. So this is the wonderful, we should say, our rishis that discovered this truth. The taking the birth itself is so suffering. And then afterwards it goes on and on in circle, it goes on. Then it has no end to it. But we can stop it. How? Just by listening to the call of the conscience. Our conscience, it's called Viveka. The Viveka, they'll go on telling. In the Jatra that I was referring, that person is a Viveka. They used to be very good singer. And they'll be singing and they'll telling that. And if someone comes and say, hey, you are going to suffer that is it. But if they'll be singing and telling the story in this way, this is the way it should. Perhaps I told you this story, or maybe I don't know, but I heard it from one monk that a group of people, they were the enchanter, they'll be going to different places and they'll be dancing, singing, and earning money. So that group was passing through a kingdom. They were famous. So people were inquiring whether the king is going to arrange a program so that we can also enjoy. The people, poor people, it is only the king for their entertainment he used to pay. But the king was very miserly person. He thought, no, it is not necessary. Only one night they will do that, we have to pay so much, it's not necessary, let them go. But the people, they were all following those group and they were telling, wait, don't go away from our country. The king may change his mind. Because they were very much naturally the popular team. So the minister came to know about it and he went and said Sir, we should arrange it because you are going to lose the popularity. If they are not, only one night they will be performing and they will go away and people will be here, they will be listening and they will all, our king is so benevolent king and so happy, they will be very happy with you. But if not, not only they, their children will also know about it that you are a miserable person and they will all against you. Then the king said, but I'm not going to pay. It's not worthy. Then the minister said, if you permit, because I am old man, I don't have any family. Whatever salary that you have given, that is sufficient for me. And a portion I have kept, so I can spend that money. But you should not feel that I'm going above you. Oh, no, 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 no. If you're spending, I'm also interested too. So the miserly people always there at the expense of the others. So that was arranged. Sorry. It was arranged then. And started, and usually they keep some of the plates when they are dancing and playing and singing. That people they give something. The king start with that, and the other people will give. The king is not giving anything. The king was miserly, so he didn't give anything. He was sitting. So that our minister, he came and he gave some gift. So they saw, but still that the lady who was dancing, she was not very happy. And through the song, she told the manager who was organizing that this is not happening, so stop it. So how much you will be earning, this little money? Then again, in a musical way, the manager told, बहुत गई, थोड़ी रही, ताल में भंग ना पाए. बहुत गई, see, out of the 4 quarters of the night, 1 we have already spent. And the only balance 3 are there. Continue the dance. We are committed, let us do it. Don't stop it. Then when it was going on, then suddenly the prince came and he gives some of the jewelries and other things. And the king was like, oh my God, he's such a fool. My son, why he is giving so costly thing over there? We should not. The king was thinking in that way. And then again, when the lady was telling, let us stop now, it is sufficient for us. बहुत गई थड़ी रही, ताल में भंग न पाए. Now continue. And the third term, the princess came, that young lady, she also gave a lot of money and jewelries, etc. And because of the program is going on, king could not, king was looking at her, wonder what you people are giving in this way, this is all my money. So naturally he was suffering, but before everyone he couldn't, so he was also clapping and encouraging, apparently. And finally, one monk came at the last, when the 4th stage was going on, a monk came and he also gave his kamandalu and whatever as a gift to them. It was over, it was morning, all the group, they left. Then the king called these 4 people, the minister and his son and the daughter and that monk. So I wonder why you people behave like that. The minister told, sir, I told you that I am going to be at the cost, so I gave. And that much. Why he's asked his son, why you have done it? You know what happened? I was planning, because you are not giving me any opportunity to rule the country. Oh. Not making me the king, not even declaring that I am going to be the king. I am becoming old, and you are still so strong in body. There is no chance for me to become king. So I was planning to kill you today. When all people are engaged, I thought that I will kill you and then become the king. But when I heard that the manager is telling that dancer, बहुत गई, थड़ी रही, ताल में भंग ना पाए. Because much has already gone. Then I started thinking, I have already become 50, above 50. How long I am going to survive? Why should I kill my father? And people will say, oh, he's the killer of his father. And then I thought, no, let me give up that idea. So I gave up all my jewelries to them. I'm happy. Thinking to, oh my God, you were planning in that way. But what about the daughter? He turned, what about you? Why you gave the money? The father, the same way, I'm becoming old. And then you are not arranging my marriage. I know. I know that you will never give my marriage because you have to pay something. So I was planning to go away with your bodyguard, the ordinary person. And this night everybody will be engaged and I will go away. So that was the planning. But when I heard that gentleman is telling, Bahut gayi, thadi rahi, a lot you have already given up. Now only little. So don't do like this. So I got the message and I thought, no, that will bring bad name to my family. The king's daughter has gone like this. I should not do. So I restrained myself. And he turned to the monk and said, what happened to you? I can understand this. Then the monk said, sir, I was doing the tapasya for such a long period of time in Himalaya, but I didn't get anything. No God realization, nothing. So I came down from the back to this country and I was thinking that I will marry and settle down as a householder. But when I heard that man is telling, Bahut gayi, thadi rahi, taal mein bhang na paaye. Now you're a monk. Half of your life you have spent in your tapasya. Only a little that are left. If you break your vows, the people will constantly go on telling that. That will be a great punishment for you and also lowering down the high ideal as a monk could. So don't break that. Tal mein bhang na paaye. So this is called the call of conscience. Now when I stopped in here, then someone told, lastly, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened to that king? King also learned. And he arranged a wonderful marriage to another prince to his daughter and gave the kingdom to his son. And he told that sadhu, come, I will also go and become a monk like you. Teach me and I'll be your disciple somewhere. So both of them, they went away. So that is called the call of conscience. Thank you. So tomorrow again, we will